good morning, cyber traders. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back. It's nice to be back. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed their weekend. I am back from. I got to tell you a funny story. So, I was at Toronto this weekend, and they had the Money Show. And let me tell you, I was very, very impressed. It was just great to be back in Canada. And let me tell you something. I really, really miss my street meat sausage that they have. These guys that grill them there. I was so excited. So. That was really, really exciting. But I met a lot of great people. I met some students that came out there, and it was just great to see the people that were interested. Let me tell you what I've learned over the years. Everybody wanted to learn about level four. Everyone was asking what level four is, and there was people that were there that just didn't understand what level the people the presenters. I was listening to some presenters like I never heard of level four before. And we're going to talk about that. And I'm glad that a lot of you here that are watching on YouTube, if you are, and on Facebook and Instagram, whatever, on social media, hopefully I see more and more. You keep coming back and filling up and seeing it more. And cyber group members, listen, obviously got the edge. You've been doing it for a while, and it's just great to see that there's such a big interest, which also makes me feel good because it just shows by being there the people that are starving for education and knowing that there is a way, and it's obviously going out there and learning it. And when they start seeing this, it's great. But most importantly, before we continue and start going on, I just want to kind of like everyone just take a moment to remember what today is. Today is 9/11, and one thing I always like to say about 9/11, I think everybody here could agree with me and might know where you were that day, and that day feels like yesterday. I live here in New York. I've lost friends. I've lost had family members that were firemen, and they lost family and brothers and so on, fathers, and it's always a memorable moment, and we always remember, don't ever forget. You know what I mean? Just don't ever forget. But always want to thank the FDLY for doing what they did and sacrificing their lives to 370 plus that passed away that day, including all the people on that in those beautiful buildings. So you might hear a little moment of silence when the planes start hitting. When they did hit, the New York Stock Exchange will be ringing the bell, and we'll be recognizing that. So it will be coming up shortly within the next, I think in the next 10 minutes or something like that. It was right before when the market opened up. All right. Now, with that said, everyone, let's talk about some stocks that are moving. You got this stock NBY that's moving up really, really nicely right here. And, getting back to level four, you'll see that there's been some big iceberg orders. I called it out earlier in the trading room, and it was, once again, it's not what I like under $1, but it started breaking $1. Stock's been having a really nice move. Traded over 11 million shares, up 100%. Stock looks really, really nice. So chart looks gorgeous, very inexpensive. Everyone could afford it, level one stock. But it is pre-market, it is a pharmaceutical stock, so we'll see how the stock works out when it opens up. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's talk about Friday, what happened on Friday. So some of the stocks that moved on Friday are spilling into today, and we'll show you which ones are. But regarding about some of the stocks we traded, IBOC was a really nice move, and one of these, same thing, very similar to the NBY. Very inexpensive stock, went from like $1 all the way to $1.70. That was a gorgeous move. Verb, another stock in the last couple of days, had a really good move. You remember the stock, we traded it back here. It went from $1 to about $3, up about 300% in one day. Obviously she's backing off like everything else, but that one had a good move right here when the market opened up. Went from like $1.80 to about $2.50. CGC, another nice little mover. Very inexpensive. It's been not only a good day trade, but now it kind of turned into a swing trade. Started right below 50 cents. It's up to $1. Going to put this on our watch list. All right, that one moved pretty well. Now something a little bit more, a little bit more pricier. Not these dollars, but these $8, $5 stocks. This stock, once again, very, very good day trade. It turned into a swing trade. You can see we went from $5 to $9. It's up almost 100% in the last week. Had a really good move on Friday. You can see I ran from $8 to about $9 right there. So another good move. Mara, I had the swing trade on it. I was doing awesome. I got out of it. Had a really, really nice profit. Rode the stock all the way from this $10 to 20. I was like, oh, we're doing great. I thought it was going to break out. Big resistance at 20. I ended up getting out right around here, around the 14. So I got really ticked off, gave away a lot of that profit. But good thing I did. It's right back to a big support levels. I know some of you guys shorted it. Listen, we go long, we go short. So, you know, Mara is getting close to that swing trade support levels. We'll keep an eye on that. And then the IONQ was also a really, really nice move. I'm going to put this on the watch list too. IONQ is really banging the doors at this 20 resistance. There's a lot of resistance levels there. If you look on level 4, there was some really, really big iceberg orders out there. And you can see here on long term, it's been really kind of holding there pretty strong right there. It gets past this 20, you know, the stock is the limits. I'm just curious if anyone's out there still today in pre-market. Let me bring it up on my level 4 here and see what we got going on, because this is going on my watch list too. Yeah, he's still out there. He's still out there. Let me show you. There he is right there. Does everybody see that? $20 stock. He's still out there. He just added to his trades, you know. It's and that's only pre-market at 13,000. When the market opens up, there's definitely someone's going to add to it. So we're going to keep a close eye on that one. All right, now let's talk about what's moving this morning. There are a couple of stocks. Once again, the Verb. I'm going to keep it. I was thinking about keeping on it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take it off. It had a good move. It looked like it was moving. It kind of backed off right here. I'm going to take it off. Another one I had right here, CR and X, I found that's moving. This is the second biggest percentage gainer right here on the NASDAQ. You can see it right here. Had a really, really good pop. And it's got some little resistance levels right here. You can see around a 2750 over here. You can see a couple iceberg, but nothing, you know, crazy. You know what I mean? Not a lot at all. So I don't know if I'm really going to take this seriously. You could see right here from about 7 o'clock in the morning, it hasn't gone anywhere. So we'll see how that pharmaceutical stock opens up. I'll probably put this on the B list. CRNX. We'll put that one over there. So we already know about the NBY. Nice little mover. Nice little push. Getting back to level 4. You know, that not really completely overwhelming. Not really seeing that much there. Not really that attractive as I would say as some of the other stocks, but it is Monday. And we'll put it on the watch list. We'll keep an eye on that one. Another one that I also found was this one. Now, it's a little bit more on the more expensive side, but this stock, you remember we traded it back on this date right here. Had a really nice move on the 25th of August. Went from like 22 to 28. Then it held. Once again, you want to be a good swing trader. You want to be a good options trader. And let me tell you, when I was at the Money Show, everybody there was talking about options. And I tell everybody, options is a bigger failure rate than anyone trading. Why? Not because it's not only hard, but you have to learn how to trade the stock. If you're not a good stock trader, how in the right mind are you going to be a good options trader? And I use this all the time. Who's more wealthier? The guy that owns the house, or the person that rents the house? Now, if you own houses, some of you do rent. Maybe you do an Airbnb. Maybe you'll want to maybe go away for a month or whatever it is. But you don't go out there and the first thing on your mind is, oh, I got to rent. Stocks are the same thing. You can't always think options. You got to learn how to trade the stock. And the reason why I bring this up with TWNK is that forget about the option trade on it. You have to also be a good swing trader before you become an option trader. And this stock, you could see it how we talk about in class, was hovering around that little 28 price range. Never want to break it. Was testing. Never want to break it. Boom. Wake up in the morning, and that's where you get 28 to 34. Okay. Same thing. I want to bring up Nuvo. Okay. Same thing with this one. It was hitting 160. A lot of you remember we saw it at 140, never wanted to break it. Boom, you wake up the next morning at 190. Guess what? It's been trading here for a month between 190, 180, 190, 180, 190, 180, 190. Boom, now what's happening? We're breaking all-time highs. You know, same thing happens with expensive stocks. Same thing happens in expensive stocks with cheap stocks. All right, so I know we also talked about Tesla. Tesla had a little bit of a move on there. That was on the watch list. There is a warrant for some of you here. We did put it up there. You got the TSL you know we're not going to trade the stock itself. Why are we going to go out there and trade trade Tesla at 264 when we could trade TSLL, which is more of like an ETF of Tesla, at 17. So they'll trade exactly the same. Plus, it's a little bit more easier. But that pretty much does it. It's not a good morning. Not a lot going on. It's a typical Monday. It's 9/11. It's a lot of going on. I don't know if you turn on your TVs, but it's always after 22 years, and it'll probably be like that for the next 200 years. You will always see, Wall Street. It's where it happened. There's a lot going on down there, so it's kind of getting it'll probably be a little quiet. Now, not granted that there's going to be something might come out of the news. We'll see. If we see something, we'll say something. Now, I know I have a lot of you new members that are probably listening on social media. You probably haven't got registered yet, but if you did register to do one of our trials, actually, let me put that QR code for some of you here that want to get into that trial up on social media with that QR code. Just take your phone. You can scan that QR code up there. Make sure you talk to Education Advisor. Make sure you do your walkthrough. Let them tell you a little bit about it. So we look forward to seeing you in the trading room. Traders, once again, this is the thick of the things. This is where we get a little excited. This is where the market gets very this is September, October are the best months. And then also don't forget, you got about today's the 11th, right? We were about less than 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks away from on-site. So if you have not registered for on-site, you could still do the webcast. So just talk to Education Advisor, tell you a little bit about it. It's our biggest event of the year, and we look forward to seeing you. Who do you think is going to win Monday Night Football? Just really quick for John. John, that is the most dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. You know I'm a Jet fan. What are you trying to do? Get me upset? Okay, I will be there, and you probably, with my luck, I'll probably even be on TV. I know a lot of people there, so looking forward to it. Hopefully, and we'll know, Josh is a Giant fan. So Josh, my condolences. That was a pretty horrible start of the season for any Giant fan. That was probably the worst I've ever seen. So especially on Sunday Night Football, where everyone could see you, and losing that bad to the Dallas Cowboys, pretty bad. All right, guys, good luck today. We'll see you when the market opens up. Happy trading. And we'll see you when the market, we'll start commentary when the market opens up. If you're watching on YouTube and social media, we are not going to be doing live audio on Monday. We'll be back here on Tuesday. So if you want to come back and listen to us doing commentary when the market opens up, we'll do that tomorrow. But remember, we're here every day live at 9 a.m. and at 2:30. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading, everybody.